Greetings, I'm making another video now. Okay, I moved the microphone closer to my mouth so I can talk better, I suppose. Anyways, I'm trying to make another video here, and I've got ideas and all of that, all of which I need to make the video, and now it begins, the process. Anyways, in the time period in between the last video, I haven't wrote down that many notes, but I do think there is enough for a video to be created. And I suppose I'll just start with this. I've heard the phrase, and actually I've seen it less now. Well, mainly Reddit, but it's just Readit. Yeah, Reddit. Not the site, but the phrase elite ball knowledge. I don't like it. This generation that I'm a part of slang is bad, but I don't really know much I can say. Just all retarded. I don't like them. The next thing is I've been playing Minecraft recently. I'm playing it again, and in the past I've never actually done like a full survival world. I've attempted it, but I've always given up pretty early on and all that. But right now I made a survival world, and it's very nice because I've actually committed to it. And of course, my end goal is to defeat the Ender Dragon, also to create a society of villagers, perhaps. And I've just started it. I guess to preface, this is my progress in that world. So first off, I build a house. Well, the first night I created a little hut for myself. Then I destroyed the hut, put a small mound on top of it so I remember where it was. And of course, I had to find a flat area in the forest, so I found that. And after several days of cutting down wood, I was able to create a house. And after creating that house, I'd look for glass. Then after that, I made a farm. I captured some animals, put them in a pen. Then I created a farm. But in order to get all the crops in the farm, I stole from various villages around me, and I took one of their smokers, which is used to cook food faster. Following that, what did I do? Yes, I believe after that, when I finished the whole farm, the house, etc., I then went into the mines and mined for iron, mined for coal. And after I got some iron, for a while I also sticked with my wooden tools and stone tools. During the entirety of the house building process, which took several in-game days, I just used my stone tools. I sort of had a rule where I'd use the inferior tools until I finished the task. So right now I'm still using iron, but I already have a stack of diamonds, and another stack. Well, I nearly finished another stack of them. But I do wear diamond armor now, I guess. And yeah. But my main goal, I called the world Elliot Crafts, named after my Minecraft skin. Let's just say a certain person named Elliot, after dying, gets isekai'd into the Minecraft world, and that's basically my headcanon. And his goal is to create a society and kill the Ender Dragon for some reason. But anyways, after making that society, I knew what I needed. Uh, First off, I had to create an a, a holding place for the villagers. Uh, in order to do that, I needed a lot of resources, so my requirements was that I need to have 5 stacks of iron, I'd need to have 3 stacks of gold, and I'd have to have a lot of sticks. And that's because I need to build a railway system first to transport the villagers to where I need them to be. Then after I finally got all of that, I've actually built a fence, well, not a fence, it's sort of like a barbed wire fence. It's very vast around the enclosure because it'll be a bit of community, a very efficient community for trading with the villagers so I can have enchantments, and after that I use those enchantments to kill the dragon. And after I kill the dragon, what do? I free the children of the villagers to make after I make a new city, a city for them to live in. And civilization is finally brought to the world, and then the end. It's like the story just sort of comes in my head for that. It's weird. Yeah. But it was nice. It is nice. I'm still doing it. After I finish the fence, I'll make... inside of the enclosure, there'll be 16 buildings, I think. 16 small little buildings. 13 of them are specialized for their jobs. One will be a maternity wing. One will be in... one of the buildings will be for reducing waste. And one of them is an entrance area with iron doors, because the villagers aren't allowed to leave for their safety. And I guess there'll also be a 17th building, sort of a watchtower house that I'll put next to it, just to make construction easier, so that I have a house already on standby. Perhaps. And yeah, that'll be that. And the villagers will live in happiness, and yeah, everything is just fine and dandy. Anyways, the next thing that I'd like to talk about here is it's weird. I wrote down a note about a weird dream I had, but it's gone now entirely, and I remember typing it in, but it's gone. But anyways, it was this dream I had, and well, not really a dream. I was awake. It was soon after waking up, and I went into my bathroom because I take a shower, and whenever I wake up on a school day, take a shower immediately after. But before I took that shower, I got on my carpet. I sat down on my carpet inside of the bathroom because there's just a little carpet there, and I closed my eyes, and when I closed my eyes, I was in a room in darkness, and yeah, I was in a dark room, very dark room, practically pitch black. And a CRT television was in front of me, and I don't know, with the dim light, I could see that I was playing it on, not a Dreamcast, I was playing it on a Sega Genesis, Sonic 2, and it was just weird. Because I've never played anything on a Sega Genesis before. I've never had retro consoles. I guess besides, I do have one of those mini NES things, but I've rarely ever played it. So was in my room several months ago, I think, and I was staring at my wall in a bit of a haze, looking at the area where my TV usually is, but my TV's mounted, so I wasn't really looking at my TV, I was looking just below it. And I closed my eyes a little bit, and I find myself in this hallway. It's a little dimly lit. I walk to the hallway to my room, and I sit down. Wait, no. Okay, sorry, I mixed something up. I don't exactly know where I was. I know I was awake when it happened, and I was on my bed, and anyways, I closed my eyes, and I'm in the hallway, the dimly lit hallway, and I'm walking down the hallway corridor into my room. When I get into my room in there, the room doesn't resemble mine really that much at all. If I could say, I think I've talked about it before, but the wall color was like a very light gray, and I sat on the bed, and I stared at the wall, and on the left of the wall was my closet. It looks like the closet from FNAF 4. That's what it looked like. My actual closet doesn't look like that at all. And then to the right was the door, which was left open to the hallway. And on the other side of that door was just a wall, because it was like a corridor. And I just stared at the wall. Oh, and on my way walking there, walking to my room, either my mother or my grandmother or some stand-in for it, probably isn't any family member I've ever had, is just calling to me. I don't remember hearing my name, but like asking how my day is or something, and I just ignore her as I walk onwards, and that was the dream. I think I may have been wearing what I wear usually. It was a hoodie. I couldn't really make out anything else other than that, and you guys are on the same age, because I could recognize my height. Like, I wasn't that low down. But it was weird, because it was one where I'm just awake in a haze, but I'm just transported somewhere else after closing my eyes. I have another note here to discuss, I guess, and it would be, as a child, on my 3DS, I played the game Scribblenauts Unleashed a lot, and one day I figured out, in the game, if you die, a menu pops up, but and like it dims a bit, but behind the menu you can still see that people are walking around and all that. And then one day I discovered a glitch. So if you go into an elevator in the game, what I did was I got a vehicle, I applied the objective of explosive to it, or exploding, so the vehicle is actively it's explosive, so I activate the explosive, and it takes like 5 seconds for it to go off. So immediately after I turn on the explosive, I ride the vehicle, and I head to an elevator. So it explodes midway up the elevator, and I guess in the code, whenever you're in the elevator, it makes your body invisible. Sort of. And it kind of just removes your body, but your camera's still there. So when it explodes, I'm just booted off the elevator. I'm in midair, and if I don't have the fly objective on, I just fall through everything. and I'm basically dead. Extra dead. But if I have the fly thing on, I can move around like I'm a ghost, and I can see how the NPCs just go on while I'm dead. Like the main factor changing other things is gone. So everything just exists in peace. So that was quite interesting for me as a kid. And I ended up doing it a lot after I figured out how to do it. And now I guess I've run out of topics. So I'm just going to pure rambling now, I guess. I don't know what to do here. I get tired at night quite a bit. I guess I'm thinking of gonna call my girlfriend and like her to sleep. Pretty soon after, I feel bad when I do that. What's the next thing that oh wait, yeah, there is no next thing. I've already talked about all of my notes, but I'd like for the video to be at least 20 minutes. That would be nice, I suppose. Oh. Now I got a topic. As a kid, I'd watch weird YouTube channels, mainly weird YouTube animation channels, and one of them had this video. It was called Bow Wow, and it was, if you've seen the video Lady Dance in the Garden, I believe it was by the same woman who created that, and it's just dogs saying bow wow over and over again as their hair turns into little strings, and kept on going over and over again. Bow wow, bow wow, bow wow, bow wow. That was what I watched. I was a strange child, and I guess I'm still strange now. I don't know what else to talk about. That was sort of the last thing that I had. Oh, there is another note here that I wrote, and it was, let me see. Okay, for some stupid retarded reason, my thing cut out again. Okay, but you didn't really miss much. So I just found 2 extra topics, and that was what I was talking about right when it cut off, that I wrote down. Which I'm glad about that. I found these 2 extra topics. It's very satisfactory, I suppose. But anyways, the topics are as follows. So I think I've mentioned that whole swing thing, but there were these girls that came, like 3 of them, in their golf cart, and I mentioned them before, but I had a second interaction with them, and I was back to that, back to that park, inebriated, on the swing. This time I was swinging there, so they couldn't steal my shit. And they started talking to me, and they're like, "Why are you swinging alone?" And I said, like, "'cause I'm autistic." And they just sort of, like, "Oh wow, so cool." And they just left, I guess. I don't No, they're probably really weirded out by me, which I find funny. And I get some weird sort of pleasure from scaring people. I've always had that. Like, it gets me really giddy. I don't. Anyway, uh, I think this tank thing is wrong. Maybe. The tank's right next to me, and I was. I'll just. I'm sorry, I'm bad at talking and explaining things. There's a Lego tank next to me, and I was just moving it around. I thought maybe one of the pieces were put on wrong. Anyways, what I'd. After that, they just left pretty soon after, and I left pretty soon after too. Not as soon as them, though. Okay. The next note that I have in here was just a general idea, but one time I was drawing with my girlfriend on Discord, and it was really nice, and I'd like to do that again, essentially. So it was more just like a reminder to ask her, but I think I forgot. But I don't want to forget that. I'd really like to do that again with her. The next note I have here is I played this game called Don't Break the Ice, I think that was what it was called, or Icebreakers. It was one of the board games that I played alone. There was another one called, Don't Break the Ice. And I'd always play it alone. And I just like talk to my thoughts while I was doing it as like an opponent, and I'd break the ice. And eventually he falls, and I'd do it over and over again. One game I really liked doing a lot with was this board game. I forgot the name. I think it was called like Hey Ho Cheerio. I know Cheerio is definitely in the name. Hey Ho Cheerio. Hi Ho Cheerio. Yes, that's the game I played a lot, and I also played it alone. The other game that I played a lot alone was this Dora version of Candyland. And I'd play those two in my closet. And I'd just play and play and... Oh yeah, another game too was Rush Hour. I'd play that alone in my closet. And I'd play it for like, I think up to 2 hours. And that's just what I'd do. I never had anyone as a kid, really at all. But that's fine. I don't really mind it. But I don't know what. Oh, I think there's something else that I wrote down, typed down. Maybe. No, that's it. I guess. Yes, the video's pretty much over now. Goodbye.